Congrats are in order. Alexia Umansky and her longtime love, Jake Zingerman, are married. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills' daughter tied the knot in a gorgeous ceremony, surrounded by family members, friends, and all of their loved ones. Alexia's mom and dad, Kyle Richards and Mauricio Umansky, were in attendance for the event, which took place on September 6 in Los Angeles. The couple originally planned to tie the knot in Aspen, but canceled that ceremony after it became too stressful. Alexia wore a stunning ivory dress with a taffeta bustier to meet Jake at the altar. The groom wore a classic white tuxedo with shawl lapels, a black bowtie, and black trousers. Get a look at Alexia Umansky and Jake Zingerman's La Wedding. Alexia's sisters, Farrah Brittany Aljafree, Sophia Umansky, and Portia Umansky, were in attendance, and they all served as her maids of honor at the emotional ceremony. Alexia's cousin Nikki Hilton, daughter of RHOBH friend Kathy Hilton, also shared a peek at the celebration, posting a photo of a gorgeous gated entrance covered with pink roses and dozens of candles. Alexia dished on her wedding plans during a September 2 Amazon live stream with her mom, explaining her overall vision for the night. "I wanted it to feel a little more eclectic, so not super traditional looking. I love a mix and match plate situation," she said. "And in terms of the mood board for the people to dress, I did call it Enchanted Evening Garden. I didn't want it to feel like the daytime garden, where it's like bright florals and bright colors. I wanted more of an emphasis on deep, darker, richer tones, sparkles. If you read Court of Thorns, I was imagining the night court." Sophia also provided a glimpse at the wedding reception, where Alexia danced the night away in a white lace mini dress with floral appliques throughout. "I had so much fun that this is the only picture in my camera roll from the entire night." Sophia captioned a photo of the happy couple. "That's how you know." It was just the latest chapter for the couple in a long journey to marriage. How did Alexia Umansky meet Jake Zingerman? Alexia and Jake first met in grade school before going on to date in 2019. Alexia detailed their meeting in a TikTok posted to her account earlier this year after her engagement party. "The butterfly effect is crazy, because what do you mean my mom took me out of elementary school in second grade because my teachers put it on the chalkboard that I got 0 votes when I ran for class president. So then she put me in the same elementary school that my dad went to, where in 3rd grade I met my best friends, including my now fiancé, and now 20 years later, we all danced together at our engagement party," she wrote over the video. Details on Alexia Umansky's engagement to Jake Zingerman. Jake asked Alexia to marry him in November 2024, after 5 years of dating. Jake popped the question in their shared home with an emerald-cut diamond surrounded by 2 smaller stones. Jake, who had Kyle help him pick out the ring, had the word "Sweetheart" engraved on the inside of the platinum band, making the engagement that much sweeter. Kyle Richards explains how Alexia Umansky is a hands-on bride. Prior to the wedding, Kyle praised Alexia for how involved she had been in her planning process. "Alexia is very hands-on," the mom of 4 stated during an episode of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills after show. "She is planning like crazy, and I'm just saying, ok, yes, love it. Perfect," Kyle continued. "She's like, 'What do you think about this wedding planner?' I'm like, 'Great, done.' So she has a very clear vision of what she wants, and basically we just have to pay for it." Kyle Richards and Mauricio Umansky reveal their love for Jake Zingerman. Jake also has a close bond with Alexia's parents, who think the world of him. Kyle previously opened up about her love for Jake during an Amazon live stream last June. "They are a very, very, very cute couple, and they're great together," Kyle said. "And we just love him so much." Mauricio also had sweet things to say about Jake in a 2022 interview with B&B. "He's awesome," he said at the time. "We love him." What's next for Alexia Umansky and Jake Zingerman? Alexia and Jake share a home together in the LA area, and they recently made some updates to their house days before the wedding. As for what's in store now that they've said, "I do," Alexia shared on an Amazon live stream on September 3 that she will hyphenate her last name to Umansky Zingerman. She also shared that she and Jake don't plan on going on a honeymoon right away. "We're not going to go right away," she said. "It was too hard to plan the honeymoon and a wedding in such a short amount of time." Which I don't know why we planned a wedding in such a short amount of time. But we did. The night court of Laurel Canyon. The day began with the scent of jasmine and wet pavement. A light morning drizzle had run its fingers through Los Angeles before the sun, like a charismatic latecomer, broke through the clouds and turned everything to gold. In a quiet home tucked along the green folds of Laurel Canyon, Alexia Umansky pressed her palms to the cool marble counter and breathed in the day. September 6, hers. The date she once thought would belong to Aspen and Snowlight now belonged to Los Angeles and rain-kissed roses. It felt right, the way a song feels right on the second chorus, as if the melody had finally found its heartbeat. On the fridge was a magnet that read, "If found, return to night court." It was a joke she'd started when the wedding planning turned from darling to deranged, when the idea of a garden party had snowballed into hydrangea mood boards and opinions louder than violins. But night court meant something to her now. In the book she loved, it was a place where shadows shimmered, where stars hung low enough to reach, where love was a beautiful secret spelled in silver ink. That was the mood she wanted, not daytime pastels, not safe blush and white, but the opal mystery of midnight, sequins that caught moonlight, petals the color of bruised plums and velvet cabinets. She had asked her guests to dress like the evening had dressed them first, and they had obliged. "Sweetheart," Jake called from down the hall, and the word traveled like a ribbon, tugging at her to come see the tuxedo he'd sworn he wouldn't fuss over and was absolutely fussing over. She smiled, but didn't move. Tradition was a stubborn bird. It wanted the bride unseen. Instead, she touched the inside of her left wrist where, later, the ring would be again, warm and certain, the secret engraving pressed against her pulse. A memory landed beside her like a brave little moth, willing to burn itself on the lantern of the past. Second grade, a chalkboard, 0 votes. She remembered the feeling more than the moment, the hot flush of being seen and erased at the same time. Her ma had changed schools after that, a swift, protective migration. The new school smelled like library paper and orange peels, and a boy with a shy smile and the last name Zingerman had shared his pencils and his afternoon oranges. The butterfly effect, she thought. One small wing flap, a chalk mark and a transfer, and the weather of a life made new. Her phone buzzed. A text from Sophia. "I cannot feel my feet in these heels, and the night hasn't even happened yet. But you, my goddess, are going to detonate the moon." Farah followed with a photo of a plate set, no two alike, as Alexia had demanded, each one a fragment of a different conversation from a different era. Eclectic queen behavior. And Portia, the baby wolf, simply said, "We are your dragons today, armor on." She laughed, alone in the kitchen, but not alone at all. It was strange to think that family could be a set of mirrors that didn't show you yourself, exactly, but rather the person you became when you were with them. Taller with Farah, sillier with Sophia, fiercer with Portia. And there were more mirrors tonight. Nikki had sent a photo earlier, a gate of roses so dense and luminous it looked like a portal, candles pulling warm light along the path. It was the kind of entrance you walked through to leave one version of your life and enter another. By late afternoon, the city had shed its gray skin. The ceremony garden, tucked behind a historic Los Angeles house with walls old enough to have eavesdropped on legends, was the color of a secret. Roses climbed the gate like constellations. The candles were already lit, though the sun hadn't gone down. Their flames talked quietly among themselves, making promises they knew they would keep after dark. Jake arrived early, as he did for everything important. He wore the white tuxedo like it had been invented for him, The shawl lapels, the pearl shine, the black bow tie that made his eyes seem humorously sincere. When Mauricio slapped a hand on his shoulder, Jake felt the steady weight of approval that had taken root years ago and now, in this light, felt like home. "You clean up all right," Mauricio said. His smile had always had a boy in it, even now, but beneath the grin was the half-a-beat hitch that fathers get on wedding days. The quiet inventory of doorways and soccer cleats and laughter in kitchens. The little movie that plays in the chest cavity, scored with laughter and the clink of forks on plates, and the words "I'm on my way" and "text me when you get there." "I'm the luckiest guy you know," Jake replied, and Mauricio nodded like a judge who'd just gotten the answer he needed.